What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Chris, man. I am here at the Work Hard, Play Harder podcast. It is August 25th, Monday, August 25th, I should say, 2025. My name is Chris Drummond. I'm a freelance sports reporter based out of upstate New York here and proprietor of this podcast, Work Hard, Play Harder, where I bring individuals on to talk about their why and get to know them outside of their occupation. I got a very special guest that's coming on with me today. She is a multimedia journalist based out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. There's no doubt about that. She also came from Buffalo, New York as a digital content producer. She is a Seminole alum, went to University of Florida State to get her undergrad, but also knows about the upstate New York area because she got a master's at Syracuse University, one of the most prestigious journalism schools. Without any further ado, I introduce to you guys Isabel Flores. And we're going to talk to her about her why of getting into journalism, but we're also going to ask her some get to know you questions. So without any further ado, Isabel, welcome to the podcast.
Well, thank you so much for having me, Chris. This is really an honor. And again, I'm just so appreciative that you allowed me to come on here.
Well, I'm appreciative that you said yes, because to me it was a no-brainer. It was a no-brainer to ask you. You do amazing work. You absolutely look amazing tonight as well. I want to throw that out there
Thank
as
you.
well. You're very welcome, very welcome. So, but anybody that sees your work would definitely say the same. There's no question about that. My first question to you is the same as it always is with everybody that comes on here, Isabel, and that is, what is your why? Why do you do what you do? Did you have any role models or any inspirations maybe growing up? But ultimately, what is your why of getting into the journalism industry?
Well, that's a great question. I think one of the biggest reasons I decided to get into journalism was because I wanted to make sure that everyone had a voice on news, right? Especially here in Tulsa, there's just so much diversity here. And it was a pleasant surprise. I wasn't exactly sure what to expect. I kind of took a chance. I never toured Tulsa, I'd never been here before, and
Mhm.
I never saw myself working in Oklahoma, but I am so happy that I am. Tulsa is just an amazing place. It's kind of a hidden gem, if you will.
Mhm.
But there's just so many groups here: Asian, African American, Hispanic, and I really had no idea. So, being Hispanic myself, being bilingual, it's been really an honor to be able to connect with different cultures and different groups here, and make sure that again their stories are being told. And I'm also very lucky that my news station has been very receptive to that and has allowed me to do that and just again create all these connections and network with people to make sure that these stories are being put onto our newscasts because again for us it's really showing that our newscasts look like what our population does here in Tulsa. And I mean, I think that's amazing. And so, if I had to condense my answer to your question, it's really just making sure that everyone feels represented and comfortable in their home, um, because that is what the news is at the end of the day. Is it's news for everyone.
Absolutely. What a terrific answer to a start to a conversation that we're going to be having tonight. I love that. This bonus question came up in my mind, Isabel, and that is for me. I know for me personally, I feel it's very important as an African American journalist. You don't see a whole lot of us in, especially the sports realm. You don't see a lot of African American journalists. You definitely don't see a lot of African American women. NABJ is very important to me. I'm a member of that.
Mhm.
For those of you that don't know what NABJ is, it's National Association of Black Journalists. But I want to ask you, are you a member of NAHJ, which is the National Association of Hispanic Journalists?
So not yet. I do need a little bit more information, and I do have connections within the organization, but
Hmm.
I have not myself become a member yet, and that is something that is on my bucket list, or I guess on my to-do list rather, because yes, that is something that I do want to do, and I do want to go to a convention. I wasn't able to go last year just because I was just moving here to
Sure.
Tulsa, and then this year I also wasn't able to just because of again, we were kind of short on staff and
Hmm.
PTO unfortunately was just not an option. Um, but hopefully next year I'll be able to go because yes, that's something very exciting that I do want to attend because not only just for networking, but for just making sure that people know that I'm here um, for them to make sure that again these stories are being told, and it's really cool because one thing that I didn't mention earlier was that I get to do stories completely in Spanish as well. my station has worked with me to make sure that that is something that I can help accomplish for people that do watch our channel that may not speak English or prefer Spanish to English.
Right.
Um, so especially with stories that directly affect the Hispanic and Latino community, that is something that I do like to do. And I've also been working more on that on my social medias as well.
And I love that. That's one of the many reasons why I wanted to, have a talk with you tonight. Not only are we likewise both journalists and being the advocate for the people and a pillar in our communities, but the fact that you are bilingual, the fact that you reach an audience of people of not only just African American, white, all ethnicities, right? I wanna ask you this question because this question just came up into my mind. How special is it? To be, like you said, Hispanic as a journalist, growing up, I'm sure you probably didn't see many on a level of Hispanic journalists, right? How special is it when there might be a little girl out there that's watching you on TV, or a little boy that's Hispanic that says, wow, look at her doing what she does. Maybe I too can do it one day. How special is that?
It's so heartwarming. I mean, I've been to schools here in Tulsa with a lot of Hispanic and Latino children and students, and it really is just nice to see, the glow in their eye when they see that again, someone like me is on TV and just getting to work on something that they love to do, right?
Right.
Um, and so it really is something that makes me feel really, really good, and almost kind of. It inspires me even more to do better, right? Not just
Absolutely.
for me, but for the community. And I
Hmm.
will say that the community here in Tulsa has embraced me so quickly, and I'm just so honored and thankful to them because that has made my experience here 10 times better. Because it is again really just something that I'm honored to do, and so for them to just be to feel more comfortable around me and reach out to me with stories and things like that just makes me feel so much better about not only um, my industry but about what we're doing as a channel.
Sure.
And it's something that I think in a way is revolutionary because not a lot of stations are doing both English and Spanish stories, so that's
Right.
something that's still very new. And so being able to do that is very it's an honor, really. And I think we also have a one of our meteorologists, Emma Landeros. She also does the weather completely in Spanish, so that
Oh,
people can
okay.
also have access to that on our website. And so it is something that I'm trying to broadcast a little bit more, so that people have that access to that. And again, they know that we're here for them.
Absolutely. And I love that. I do. It is inspiring to see. It's amazing that you do that. It's amazing to see kids that always ask me questions. Hey, Chris, what is it like covering sports? To me, it's like none other. This is my calling. I don't really call it a job. I call it a calling because this is what I love to do. I
Right.
love to be a journalist. I love to, it's just one of those things that you just love to story tell.
Yep.
Because the thing that I always try to tell them, Isabel, especially people that ask me, you are going to do a job that's different every single day. And that's also exciting, right? Whether you cover news or whether you cover sports, whatever genre it is, it's the unknown. You just never know what you're going to cover. You never know who you're gonna meet, who you're gonna have, who's gonna impact your life, whose life you may impact from the story that you
Right.
do. You just never know. So I love that about journalism and always talk about the greatness of this industry and what I love about it the most. I want to get to this question though, because you did pick Florida State as a university to go to. Now I know you grew up in Florida as well, if I'm not mistaken. But talk to me. Were there any other schools that could have persuaded you from going to Tallahassee down there in Florida State? And then also any other schools that could have persuaded you from going to Syracuse to earning your master's?
Well, so it is funny because Florida State, um, while I did learn a lot from their media communications program, I actually got more of a foundation from the internship that I did. I was doing their social media
Hmm.
for the university itself. And so that's when I first really started getting into some hardcore editing. I would say, I mean, at that time it was hardcore for me because I wasn't like into editing the way I am now. But
Right.
That's when I started learning, Adobe Premiere Pro, again, learning graphics and, just using Canva. And that's some of the stuff that we still use here today in the industry. Um, and so it was really nice to kind of get the foundation there and to be able to, again, just network. Because there were classes that I took in my major that gave me access to individuals that were in the industry and could tell me a little bit about what to do, what not to do, and how to advance in my career. One thing that was kind of unfortunate for me was COVID. So I was
Yeah. Yeah.
a COVID student. And so 3 of my years, well, I was at Florida State for 3 years. So 2 of my years were really impacted by the pandemic. And so because of that, I didn't really have access to internships. Um, and so that was a little bit tough in terms of, again, networking and just growing my skill set.
Right.
Um, but luckily, thank you to the classes that I took, I was able to, get in front of people who could kind of direct me in positive ways, how to, you know, get from one place to the next. And so Syracuse was one of the schools that, came up when we were looking as to what my next steps were. Because I knew that
Right.
I wanted to get a master's just so that I could concentrate more on broadcasts, journalism. So
Sure.
because of that, I was already kind of planning the next steps. And luckily, my mentors, not only teachers, but also at the internship that I was doing, helped me. And Syracuse was just one of the universities I came up. And I was honestly a little bit surprised that they took me because, um, again, you never know. It was a very, like you said, prestigious school.
Right.
Uh, the professors were amazing. Program is very, very amazing.
Hmm.
Very well known, like you said. So I was very surprised that they took me, and I remember when I got that letter, I was just so happy. I was shocked, honestly, um, and so to have gotten the acceptance, I was just thrilled. My parents were so happy, and yeah, and just in a year, I was over in Syracuse again, another area that I never thought I'd be, or that I'd find myself in. But
Right.
again, it's just something that I will always be grateful for because even now I remember the things that my professors and my mentors told me, and I keep all that advice, you know, in my brain when I'm doing a story, and
Sure.
again, it's just something that I'll never forget.
That's amazing. That's what also benefits about this job. It takes you all around the world. I mean, like I said,
Yeah,
I was born in Chicago. I was raised in California. Then I moved to Atlanta, Georgia. Then I moved to Minnesota, and now I'm up here in upstate New York. So it definitely moves you around, no question about it. You
hmm,
get to and just envision different things, see different things, kind of grow up a little bit. Because
right.
I graduated in 21 with my undergrad, and I just got my master's this particular year. So. Yeah, I definitely understand what it was going through that COVID time,
Hmm.
because having eight in the classroom and being
Yeah,
super far separated from each other, wearing masks, which you know about, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That's exactly how the
right.
classroom was.
Hmm.
So I totally understand what you're talking about with that.
Yeah.
I want to ask you some favorite questions, Isabel, and you just give me the 411 off the rip based upon these favorite questions. Okay, so here we go.
Gotcha. Okay.
Favorite meal you like to cook?
Ooh, favorite meal I like to cook probably salmon with vegetables and rice.
Okay, ooh, I like that. Now I'm a huge taco person. I'm a huge taco person.
Ah,
I love
yeah.
tacos. I could whip
Hmm.
up maybe some beef or chicken or steak. Either one of those doesn't
Oof,
matter. But I could dedefinitely whip those up pretty good.
that sounds so yummy.
Next time I'm out in Tulsa, I might have to say what's up to you, girl. If you still there, that's for sure. Tulsa's a sleeper. It's a sleeper city.
Oh yeah.
That's for sure. I've
Oh,
been there
there's
before.
so much good
Only
food
one.
here.
There's a lot
Hmm.
of good food there. I'm definitely
Yeah.
have to come back there for sure, no question.
Hmm. Hmm.
I want to ask you, favorite concert you've ever attended?
Ooh, actually, it's really funny. I haven't been to too many concerts, but
Mm.
I did go to um a heavy or like a classic rock concert. So uh Poison was there.
Wow.
Yeah, Aerosmith, I believe.
Wow.
Uh, who else
Okay.
was there? Motley
Journey,
Crue. Motley Crue was
Motley
there
Crue,
too with
Motley
Joan
Crue.
Jett. So yeah, I was like
Oh,
classic rock.
so hold on. Was it Joan Jett and the Blackhawks or the Blackbirds
Yeah, the
or
Black
just Joan
Hearts.
Jett? Blackhearts.
hmm
Okay, got
Joan
you,
Jett.
got
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, I think it was Joan Jett and the Black Hearts, and then, um, yeah, Poison was there too. I feel like I'm missing someone, but yeah, Motley Crue, big one. They were
you.
the main event, I guess. If
So
I'm saying
so
that
uh,
right.
so is that your lane? Is that your speed? The heavy metal, the kind
You
or
know,
the rock?
it's kind of funny. I'm more like I like Hispanic music a lot, so I like Bad Bunny, um,
Hmm. Who
Young
doesn't?
Miko, right? You know,
Hmm.
um, but so that's the kind of music I like. But it was my sister's birthday, so we went to that concert. But I
Okay,
know the music because of my parents, and so not that I
sure.
don't like the music, I definitely do. But it's not something I listen to every day, right?
I feel that.
But it was
I
it
feel
was
that.
really fun. It was great. I mean, it was really nice just to be able to see these people in person, and so it was really fun.
I'm a huge concert goer. So sports and concerts are my two main things that I love to do. If people ask me what you like to do in your spare time, sports
hmm
and concerts. And people's like, well, you
Yeah.
work in sports. Yes, I know, but I'm totally a fan as well. So I love that.
hmm
The
Yeah.
Weeknd is one of my favorite artists. That was also
Oh.
one of my favorite concerts. I've seen him
Oh yeah.
twice. Um, a sleeper concert though that was really good that I did
Mhm.
not think that I would probably like because one, I didn't understand what he was saying was Ozuna. Ozuna was really
Oh.
good,
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
Um,
He's
he
awesome.
has a song called Sosa.
Oh yeah.
Um, okay, you know what I'm
That's
talking
a
about,
great
right?
song. It's a great song.
Oh my gosh, when that song came on, it got me out my seat. I was like, man,
hmm
this is what's
Gotta
up. I
start
love it.
dancing. Yep.
Hmm.
You gotta start
And
dancing. No, yeah.
Isabel, I have two left feet, but I was trying to move. I was trying to move. I was definitely trying to move and groove for sure. But it was a good time. It was a good time.
Oh, that's awesome.
I also remember doing a concert for event security. Before I get to the next favorite, the
Mm.
ladies went crazy over this guy, Romeo
Oh,
Santos. Do you know who he is?
yep. I know who he is. I know who he
Okay.
is.
Okay.
He's huge.
The way you said it, though, you said it like, I know why they went
Oh
crazy.
yeah.
I know
Well,
why.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like yeah, it's Romeo Santos. I mean, he's kind of known for his music. It's very
Hmm.
romantic, a little sexy. So, but
Hmm.
yes, it's funny because I didn't know he was still I didn't know he was still making new music. And I heard recently, because I have the Apple playlist where it just kind of has like new music out. And yeah,
Sure.
Romeo Santos was like I think featured on a new song. I was like, oh no way. But it's funny because it reminds me of Prince Royce. Like his voice is very
Yeah.
similar to Prince Royce to me. But I
Hmm.
haven't heard Prince Royce making new music, but I know he's on tour, which is so funny. So I had
Right.
no idea. But yeah, it's so funny because I don't know. To me they're very similar, and also even their music sometimes is similar to me. But they're amazing.
Absolutely. Like I love that vibe. Don Omar's another one that's one of mine. I
Yeah.
do like I do like Aventura, which is the
hmm
group that Romeo Santos is in. So I
Yep.
definitely get down with that music. But again, I was like going into it like, man, am I gonna understand a word they saying? Like I don't understand it. But Ozuna is a little different. He
hmm
does do some Spanish, but he also does some English too. So he
Yeah.
kind of mixes it between both. But Ozuna
hmm
was a vibe. I mean, I
Yeah.
literally was dancing on a lot of those songs. So I
hmm
really loved
Yeah.
it. It was a great
No,
concert.
yeah. I think that's awesome. I love music. I wish I could go to more concerts. It's just, travel and things like that. I have to
Mhm.
definitely save up.
Please
But that's
do,
awesome.
please do. That's what's
Yeah.
up. Now, speaking of places to go,
Mhm.
favorite place you've ever traveled to?
Ooh, I just actually went to Italy with my family, and that was
Mm.
amazing. I fell in love with it. I'm definitely gonna save up to go back. That's another thing that I want to save up for is travel. Um, so I definitely want to go back to Italy.
Okay,
I went to Rome with my family and the Amalfi Coast. Highly recommend if you can.
okay.
It's amazing. I feel like almost everyone I know this summer went to Italy. So it was a very popular vacation spot this year.
I'm definitely gonna have to call you up and get some recs from you because I've never
Yeah,
been to Italy. I've heard it's very beautiful. I love Italian food,
so beautiful.
so I
Yeah,
think it's perfect to be able to go there and see some beautiful things as well. I
yeah.
just got my passport this past October, last October.
Okay,
So
good.
I would say my favorite place is Jamaica.
Mhm.
Got a chance to
Oh,
go there, see the
okay.
water. The water was super blue, super good. The food was good, the vibe was good. Just everything was just great.
That's
And
awesome.
I got a chance to go there on the cruise. And also got a chance to go to Mexico as well, go to the Bahamas, and then be able to go to those three spots was just amazing. So yeah, Jamaica's definitely one of my favorite places. I'm definitely gonna go back.
I have to go. Yeah, one of my friends was telling me that she loved it over there when she went. So
Hmm.
it's on my bucket list for
Absolutely.
sure.
No doubt. I'll give you some recs if you hit me up. I got you. Don't even worry about it.
Perfect.
It's what's up. That's what's up. I love it. I'm a sports person, so I'm gonna ask you this next question. It's a two-parter. Favorite
Okay.
sport you like to watch on TV? Favorite sport you like to attend in person? They could be the same sport.
Hmm. You know, okay, I'm gonna have to say it's kind of a tie, just because I grew up with soccer. Um,
Hmm.
so soccer for me is very important. Um, I like watching it both in person and on TV. Um,
Okay.
but I will say I also do like watching football uh, on TV and in person. So I would say, but also, okay. I also play, believe it or not, me being 5'2", I used to play basketball for a few years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was more on the defensive side. Offense, I was okay. But basketball, I like watching basketball more in person than on TV. So
Okay.
maybe basketball, just because football and soccer I'm good with watching on TV. But I think it's just being something about being in the stadium with everyone chanting and cheering. It's
Hmm.
always just, it's going to be really cool. I mean, you could always go to like a watch party and it's nice too. Um,
Hmm.
but, I think basketball would probably have to be, I guess, just because of the other two,
Hmm.
basketball would be my favorite watching it in person. And then, yeah, football and soccer maybe a tie.
Well, listen, don't feel terrible. Don't feel terrible about being 5'2". I totally understand. Well, in the men's type of, I'm only 6 feet. I know
Mhm.
you're probably saying, "Wow, okay, he's 6 feet. Yeah, what are you
Yeah, I
talking
was gonna
about?" But
say.
but but that's kind of small for a guy. That's kind of like guard size.
Yeah, one of my friends was saying the same thing the other day. Oh,
Oh my goodness.
can you see?
It did. It did cut out.
Okay,
It
okay,
did cut
okay,
out for a minute, but that's okay. We are back online.
okay.
You gotta love technology.
Yeah,
That's
right.
just the way it is. But I was saying that yeah, about 6 feet. I would say roughly,
Mhm,
maybe 5'11" and 3/4, but close to 6 feet I am.
mhm,
But short for basketball terms. But you already won my heart, Isabel, because basketball is my favorite sport.
mhm.
I grew up in California,
Yeah,
so I'm a huge Lakers fan. No question about that. Kobe is my inspiration, probably my all-time player
yeah.
because he's the reason why I really got into sports and played. What is your favorite basketball team, if you have one?
Okay, so I did grow up with the Miami Heat. Um, so I would say just because, I'm from Florida, South Florida,
Hmm.
um, probably the
Sure.
Miami Heat, just again, just a little
Okay.
homage. But, I also, everywhere that I've been, I kind of try and like absorb the sports. So, Oklahoma City Thunder, that's the nearest to me now, and they just won a championship. So that was really cool.
They certainly did.
So, yeah.
Hmm.
And even when I was in Buffalo, like I also became like a Buffalo Bills fan. So, so yeah, I think it's just it's really just where I
Okay,
move. But I think again, Miami Heat's always gonna have a special place in my heart. It was really cool when they won the championship too, and we got to see that live on
absolutely.
TV. So yeah, I would say the Heat.
Absolutely, no question. See, already, oh, you already got me blushing, girl. You just can't tell because of the pigmentation. Like you talking sports right now, girl. You talking sports right now. That makes me happy. I love that.
I
I
tried, I
love it.
tried.
That's so awesome.
Don't ask me
Yeah,
more than
that's
that.
so
Don't
awesome.
ask me more than that.
Right, right, right. Listen, we're gonna end it on that note with the sports talk. That's for sure,
Yeah,
and we're gonna head
I
into
don't
our
know any more
last
than that.
favorite. I love that, Isabel. I love that. We're going to have our last favorite, in which we're going to switch from sports and talk about food.
Mhm.
I'm a huge foodie, and I love going to different restaurants and trying
Yes.
out different restaurants and stuff. So I would love to know, there in Tulsa, since you've been there, what is your favorite restaurant that you like to eat at?
Okay, so this is a very tough question because I'm also a foodie and I just love trying new places all the time. So there's been
Hmm.
only very few places where I've been to more than once. Um, and one of those places is called Maple Street Grocer. I think I like it more because of just the ambiance. It's more because the food isn't anything revolutionary, but it's really
Hmm.
yummy. It's really yummy.
Okay.
The drinks are really good, not just cocktails, but also mocktails. Um,
Mm.
but I like them, and I've been there like three times, which again for me is big because I always just try and go to one place and like keep it moving. You know, I've got like a bucket list. I've got a
Sure.
list of places. I'm like, okay, I need to try that
Sure.
place. I need to try that place. So I start writing them down. Um,
Okay.
but another place that I really like, and again, this one's more of a fancier one. It's a little bit more pricey. Um,
Hmm.
but I've been to uh, it was called so they have a steakhouse here called the Hemingway, and I went there
Ooh.
recently. Yes, super yummy. And it's actually it's on the bottom of a hotel, I think.
Hmm.
And so you take the elevator down, and it's like dark, and it's like really, it's super fancy.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So that was really yummy. And I actually just went there, but it was really good. And again, I think it's more for me. It's always about the ambiance because food is food. I love food. I'm gonna love food. And so
Right.
it's just it's really more about the ambiance. Um, so that was really yummy. And I only went there once. So highly recommend. You get a big paycheck one week, head over. Um, but yeah, in terms of food, those have been really yummy. I know I'm forgetting some because there's just,
And it's gonna come to you. It's gonna come to you right after this conversation
right,
that we have. I know it is.
right.
That's when it's gonna like hit you right smack
Yeah,
dab in the head. I totally understand that.
right.
Totally understand that.
Yeah.
But those two places, I'm definitely gonna keep in
Hmm.
mind. I'm a huge breakfast person as well. I love
Yeah.
breakfast, so I'm a huge like Belgian waffle person.
Mm.
Huge French toast. I love that.
Hmm.
But I also love steak too. You won my heart, Isabel, by saying steak.
Yeah.
Now
So
I gotta
good.
ask this bonus question though, because I gotta see if we're gonna remain on the good side. How do you eat your steak?
Okay, I usually do medium rare, but it depends on the place. Because sometimes I'll do medium. Um,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Because I,
Okay.
I like
Yep.
it.
We
Yeah.
still in good graces.
Okay, good.
We are still good. Yeah. Yep. Because I typically eat my steak medium rare too.
Okay.
Now growing up, I did not. I ate it well done.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Um, Right, right. Growing up, I did that, but I started to change a little bit as I got older,
Hmm.
and I was like, okay, let me try something different and new
Yeah.
because I would lather that steak in sauce
Hmm.
when it was well done,
Hmm.
because without the sauce, it's just not good.
Right.
But now when it's medium rare, you don't need to
Yeah.
lather it in sauce.
No.
Um, so that's why I asked that question,
Hmm.
and you definitely passed the test. There's no question about that. So
Yep.
I love that. I love it. Okay, that's what's up, girl. We are off to a great start here. Let's talk. Let's talk about your day to day. Okay, day to day operations. As you know, as journalists, we talked about it a little bit in the beginning. Every day is different. there's no 2 days that are ever the same. We're doing different things, covering different stories, talking to different people.
Mhm.
Sometimes we have breaking news. Sometimes we stay long hours, or maybe most of the time we stay long hours. Sometimes it's hard to shut it off when we go home
Oh yeah.
because we're like glued to the phone. As you know, right? I'm on social media looking for sports and looking for the things like that, trying to just stay in the loop, right? Stay in the loop and stay in the known.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel even, and this is just my opinion, my friends that I've had before in the past before moving here, that's on the outside of journalism, don't understand what a journalism schedule is. It's
Mhm.
just hard for them to understand.
Yeah.
And maybe you feel the same way too about some of your friends as well. Tell me about your day-to-day process of how you get yourself ready, get yourself going. How many stories do you try to do a day? What's the time frame that you work from? Because as you know, it's not always a business hour type of schedule.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's night side, sometimes it's early morning where you're waking up early in the morning, and also our off days, like you just talked about. You get off on Monday and Tuesday. Woo! That's not really a great off two off days to be getting off, but that's journalism life for sure. So tell me about your day-to-day operations.
Yeah. So I mean, on a regular day, so I usually work both day side and night side on the week. So usually
Okay.
on a normal schedule, I'll work Tuesday through Thursday day side, which is 9:30 to 6:30.
Okay.
And then on Friday and Saturdays, I usually work night side, which is 2 o'clock p.m. to 11 o'clock p.m. Um, and so um, because of that, every day kind of looks different depending on what shift you're on. So for me, if
Mm-hmm.
I'm working dayside, I wake up early, about 8:30, just to make sure I'm ready for the day. Unless I have to look for pitches. So, when you come to the pitch meeting, make sure that you
Mm-hmm.
have, our station requires vetted pitches, which means you have pitches that are already basically set up. So you have to have calls, you have to have already meetings and interviews set up with people, so that you can pitch these
Wow.
stories, which is very tough.
Okay.
Yeah,
That is
that's been something that
very
has,
tough.
yeah, it's been something that's been a bit of an adjustment. Um, but I see why it's required. It's just something that it takes a while to get used to. Just because again
Sure.
of our schedules, and every other day we're doing something, right? So
Right.
because of that, especially if you don't work the weekends, um, I'm sorry, if you only have the weekends off, like a lot of my coworkers, you don't really have any time to call ahead because everyone's closed during the weekend. So who are you going to call? Um,
Right. Right.
so that's been a little tough. But then so then, wake up early, do all that. And some on those days when I have to like make those calls, then I'll try and wake up earlier, like 7, you know.
Right.
Um, and so after that, you do your story. So basically, after at the pitch meeting, that's when you get either assigned something, or you get to go with the pitch that you had. And so for me, what that looks like is you set up all the interviews, or if they're not set up already, you set them up, and then um, we have two different kinds of stories that we turn a day, which is basically a mini pack and then a full package. And depending on what show, we have a 5 p.m. and 6 p.m. show if you're dayside. Um, so depending on that, that's what you kind of work on first. Um,
Okay.
and so then after that, we have a web article to do so that we can attach our stories and make sure that that makes our
Sure.
web. And sometimes,
Yeah.
if you're really feeling risky, or not risky, but I guess if you really have a lot of energy that day, then you make a social
Sure.
media reel, and you can either post it on your social media, or you can give it to the
Mm-hmm.
station so that they can post it on their social media. Um, and I'm losing my AirPod here. Um, and so again, it really just depends on the story and who you think, um, on whose social media page do you think it would look better on. So
Right.
that's just more communication with the digital team and how that works. But yeah, and luckily, our teams are, if you reach out to them, they're very responsive. Um, so then after that, I just kind of go home and start. I try looking for pitches for the next day if I don't have one already. Some weeks it's just easier. You already kind of know, okay, this is happening this day. I know these people are going to want to do interviews. Boom, that's my pitch for tomorrow.
Right.
Some days you're really
Right.
scrounging. You're just like looking, okay, what am I going to do? You're looking through emails. You're looking, your socials. You're, again, like you said, trying to stay in the loop. Um, so, after that, then I go to the gym because I always try and go to the gym because not only just for
Absolutely.
health, but, for mental health. For me, it just kind of helps me de-stress, decompress, and just make sure that, again, it's just, a good balance because it is very tough to have work-life balance sometimes for me.
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, so like, today I had a few meetings, even though it's my day off. But like you said, you don't really have days off in this industry because you're always going, right? You're always looking for
That's
something.
right.
You're always trying
That's right.
to come up with story ideas, making sure that you're on top of things. So, you really do have to love what you're doing. And that's what I'm saying. Like what you said earlier, it's a calling, and that's what this is. It really is a calling, and it's something that I love to do. Because if I didn't, then this would be very tough.
It would be. Absolutely. No question.
Yeah.
And I love that answer. I really do. And it's again, it's an important question to ask because people need to know about the day to day,
Hmm.
right? They sometimes they see, beautiful lady on TV like yourself or the handsome guy on TV and they think, oh, well, man, they must have it made. They must have, their own makeup. They must have their own camera crew. They really don't know what goes on behind the scenes
Yeah.
of a day-to-day kind of ordeal, right? They don't know about pitches and you having pitches ready or you having to make calls.
Yeah.
They don't know if you can have everything set up and then all of a sudden the last minute a source backs out or an interview goes down.
Yeah.
Now you are scrambling. Now
Hmm.
you are trying to do something to put your stuff together.
Yeah.
It's long days.
Hmm.
There's times where you do have to stay longer hours,
Yeah.
which bleeds into this next question, a great segue into this next question, which is about mental health and work life balance. And you touched upon it a little bit. I've obviously being in this industry, I've seen journalists step away from this because their mental health was bad.
Yeah.
I've seen journalists step away from it because of work life balance. They just could not figure it out.
Hmm.
And it's a tough thing to figure out because you're never going to have it 100%. As journalists, we move a lot, so it's kind of hard for us to grow relationships with people, friendships with people because we move. We're moving to different markets. But it's also tough because our families.
Hmm.
We're away from our families. We're away from our loved ones. We're missing different kind of celebrations and graduations and all kind of events that goes on. And that definitely affects you because I'm a huge family guy. No question about it. Which when I moved to Minnesota, Isabel, I had no family, but I was loving doing what I was doing, but I had no mom, no dad, no nothing. I was
Yeah.
just there and it's tough because I'm a huge family guy.
Hmm.
Tell me about how you keep your mental health strong but also still have that work life balance because you seem like a wonderful woman to be around. I certainly wouldn't mind being around you, and I think your friends and family would say the same thing. I'm not breaking news here, but you do work very hard at what you do. Anybody that follows you knows that, and you got to have some Isabel time too. I know you say you go to the gym. You probably do some other things as well. Tell me, how do you balance that and keep your mental health strong?
Yeah. I mean, it is very tough because sometimes you wake up and you're like, oh, I don't know if it is really strong today. But you just, again, for me, it's really just got to keep pushing, right?
Sure,
And so
sure.
for some of the things that I like to do, is hang out with friends, go out to eat, love food, um,
Yep,
and like I said earlier, go to the gym, because that is something that not only makes me, what I not only um, makes you feel good, physically, but also mentally, right? I mean, it just releases the
absolutely.
endorphins and, you just feel
Yep.
stronger, more capable after. So it's also just a mental thing. So that's one thing that I definitely like to do. But again, it's really just surrounding yourself with people. I sometimes have a little bit of an issue with just being by myself and relaxing. Don't know why. I don't know why, but I think just being around
Right,
people really
right.
helps me, right? So just being able to go out to eat and just do the things that I like to do, even if it's just going to a coffee shop and getting some work done. I love that,
Mhm.
you know. Um, and I will say I do like working on my days off sometimes. Now that might not be the best thing ever, but I do like to make sure that I'm staying in the loop and making sure that I'm keeping updated with what's going on, um, because that's just how you make it. in the industry is making sure you have the best stories, making sure you're going to have the best pitches, the best sources, so that your stories come out looking amazing. So I would say again, my work life balance is probably not the best, but I'm working on it.
Absolutely. I love that answer. It again, it's not an easy question to ask, but it's a definitely important question. People that come into this industry need to understand that it's not going to be 100%. It's going to be an ongoing thing to try to figure out. As you get more years in the industry, you do start to figure out some things. Life starts to slow down a little bit, and you do start to figure some things out. But at the same time, you do miss some things.
Right.
You do make sacrifices. But that's in any industry, including journalism. You're gonna have to make some sacrifices and work on some holidays, or
Yeah.
and miss some stuff.
Yeah.
So I do love your answer about that. Yes, it's definitely ongoing, and you and I both are continuing to work on that for sure. But it's a great segue again to this next question, which is advice. What is some advice that you would give an individual? And I'm sure you've had many interns come in that station. I'm sure you had some in Buffalo as well when you was down there. What is some advice that you normally tell individuals that want to be in the broadcast journalism space?
Well, for me, I think it's just so important to make sure that this is something you really want to do. Because again, there is a lot that comes with it, but it's so worth it, right? When you see someone come up to you saying, "Hey, that story really changed my life,"
Hmm.
because a lot of our stories have to do with advocating, right? So,
Right,
um, so seeing people come up to you and just, whether it's an email, whether it's in person, a text, um, you just have to remember, and this is what I tell people, you have to remember why you're doing it. And
right,
and it's not always about the recognition. Actually, it's not about the recognition at all, but it's more about just making sure that you're doing something that you believe in and that you actually love. Um, because again, it's something that's really going to take up a big part of your life, and just do your best at it, right? Because this is what people see, and so it's obviously going to make an impact. So I think that's one of the biggest pieces of advice that I give people is just make sure you're doing this because you want to do it.
amazing. It is. I think to piggyback off that before I get to the next question, normally like to tell people to try everything as well. If the journalism is something that you want to do, try everything.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean that you'll like everything, doesn't mean you'll do everything, but the more skilled that you are in different areas, whether it's, writing, editing, producing, directing, anchoring, reporting, radio, whatever it is. You just want to try as much stuff as you possibly can because you never know what you don't like and do like unless you do try it. And I remember somebody told me back in college years ago that I should try everything, and I'm like, okay. And I was like, I don't really like the editing part. I don't really like this part. And I knew coming into it, I did not like those things, but they're very essential to learn because you're going to have to do it. If you're going to do journalism, you're definitely going to have to do some kind of part
Yeah.
of that to be able to get your stories out.
Hmm.
Whether it's broadcast or whether it's print, you're going to be editing something, editing pieces, editing photos, or editing videos in a broadcast sense. So you definitely have to learn these skills for sure.
Yeah. And just one question. I'm at like 2%. Would I be able to grab a charger real quick?
Yeah, go
Okay,
ahead.
give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
You good. All right, welcome back to the Work Hard, Play Harder podcast. I am on with Isabel Flores, who is a multimedia journalist based out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. And we were just talking about advice that she would give to people to be in this broadcast journalism space. Now, we have reached the portion of my podcast to where we're going to do my interactive game, which is called This or That. It's a game that I like to play with all of my guests here on the Work Hard, Play Harder podcast. And it's really simple. I'm going to throw some things at you, Isabel, and you're going to choose this or that. So, are you ready?
Sounds good. I'm indecisive, but we'll see, right?
Okay, okay, here we go. We are definitely going to test that with these questions. That's for sure. This very first question may have you on the fence. If
Mm.
you're going to eat at these two restaurants, Which restaurant would you rather choose? Wendy's or Burger King?
Wendy's. Yeah.
Okay. So we starting off on very good. We starting off good, girl. I'm with you on that. Yes, get a Baconator over a Whopper any day. I'm with you
hmm
on that.
hmm
Okay. Chicken wings. Now, second question, chicken wings. Which flavor would you rather put on the chicken wing? Barbecue or lemon pepper?
Lemon pepper.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you like your wings wet or dry?
Wet. Yeah, I like them more,
Okay.
especially if they're boneless.
Ooh, and that was my next question. Do you
Yeah.
like them boneless or bone in?
It depends. So that's why I think like if I'm gonna get messy, then I'll do bone in. But boneless is just easier, especially if you're out with friends and you don't want to get messy.
Mm-hmm.
Like the other day, me and some friends went to Buffalo Wild Wings for the MMA fights, and we just got the boneless, so we're just with our forks, chomping down. But
Okay.
yeah. So I would say most part boneless.
Okay, I'm with you on that. Listen, I go either way. I'm messy with it.
hmm
Give me a wet wipe and I go to work on
Yeah.
some wings.
Right.
I love the fact you said MMA because I'm a huge MMA guy. I love MMA the sport. Um, Nunez was one of my favorite fighters.
hmm
Before she exited kind of stage right. I think the male fighter right now that I'm really feeling. I like Adesanya. I like Adesanya. I do. Who is your MMA fighter that you like?
So I'm not too deep into it yet. I like watching the sport, but I'm not into fighters. When it comes to fighters, I'm more like that with boxing. Um, so with
Oh,
MMA, I just kind of started watching it. But with boxers,
okay.
like I could tell you like a few of my favorites. Um, because I'm still again trying to get more into the MMA side of things, but I really do like watching it. So that's what I'm saying. Like I don't really know like fighters yet, but I know
Mm-hmm.
matches, I guess.
Well, hold on now, because boxing is my thing too. When we talk
hmm
about sports, girl, you talking to a sports reporter, baby. So no doubt about it, I am well versed in most sports. So boxing is my thing too. Obviously,
Yeah.
there's a big time fight coming up next month with Canelo and Crawford in September,
Yes.
which I am still trying to get credentialed for. I'm
hmm
hoping that I can because I would
Yeah.
love to be in Vegas for that fight.
hmm
That's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
Uh, Also Jake Paul and Javante Davis
Oh
in
yeah.
November.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a good. That's gonna could potentially be a good one too. Talk to me. Who do you got in that fight, Bud, or you got Canelo?
Oh, okay. See, so that's a tough. I mean, I still think Canelo, but
Hmm.
it's gonna be a good fight because Crawford's also amazing. Um, but again, I mean, I'm also a little biased because, Mexican. But
Yes.
uh but I do think Canelo, I think he just has more power.
Hmm.
But I think Crawford is a little bit quicker. So I don't know. But I think I've got Canelo for it.
I totally understand what you're saying. The power is definitely going to be on Canelo's side. There's no
Yeah.
question about that because he's used to fighting at that weight.
hmm
Crawford had to move up to the weight.
hmm
So, with him moving up to the weight, I do feel that the speed advantage might be lost with Crawford a little bit. I still think he might be
mm
faster than Canelo,
Yeah.
but adding more weight, adding more pounds, I'll have to see how that power is going to be. But you
Yeah.
got to give Canelo the edge a little bit. It's just by a little. Not going to be
Yeah.
by a lot, but by a little. But that's going to be one hell of a fight
Yeah, it's
in
gonna be great.
September.
hmm
Cannot wait to see that. I'm huge into boxing, and obviously those two fights of Jake Paul, Tank Davis, but also Canelo and Crawford. That's the big time fights that we're missing. We
Right.
need those big time fights, and I
Yeah.
love that. So I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
Next one here is going to be the next four questions for this or that are going to be around music concerts that you rather attend.
Okay.
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 They're going to get harder as we go. I'm just going to give fair warning. They're going to be hard. So here we
Okay.
go. The first one is which concert would you rather go to? Beyonce or Rihanna?
Okay. Probably Rihanna, just
Okay.
because she made up a big part of my childhood growing up.
Hmm.
So Rihanna.
Okay, Riri. You going
Yeah.
with Riri, and
Hmm.
that's a good choice because I probably would go with Riri
Yeah.
myself. That doesn't mean that we are, you know, doesn't mean we canceling out the Beehive.
Right.
Beyonce's great too,
Exactly.
but
Yeah.
it's this or that. It's not this, that, or them. We can't
Right.
choose both. We got to
Yeah.
choose one or the other. So I'm with
Yeah.
you on that. Okay, here we go. Here's the next one. Which music concert would you rather go see? Would you rather go see Romeo Santos or Pitbull?
Oh, okay. I'm gonna say Pitbull just because he's like such a meme,
Hmm.
and he also, I think he's made up such a big part of just my generation's childhood. Like, that's when he was like really big, and I mean, he was just going global, right? So I think Pitbull.
Okay, I'm with you on that. Now, which music concert would you rather go see? Would you rather go see Wisin y Yandel
Mm.
or would you rather see Maluma?
Oh, Maluma. I love Maluma. That's another artist that I really love. Maluma's like hands down.
I know
Yeah.
about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
Maluma's good. Maluma's
Hmm.
real good, no doubt. All these artists, by the way, I listen to. So I'm telling you, all
Oh,
these artists
okay,
I
okay.
listen to. So
Yeah.
pretty dope.
Okay, cool.
Okay, last one of the music. Which music artist would you rather go see in concert? Would you rather see Dua Lipa or would you rather see Lana Del Rey?
Dua Lipa. Dua Lipa's like my favorite. She's my favorite, I think, female artist actually. Um, because yeah, I got into her when she had just started. When her
Hmm.
first album came out, I was like there. So yeah,
Okay.
I've been with her for, oh my gosh, it's almost ten years now because her first album came out in 2017, and so that's
Right.
when I got into her. So
Okay.
yeah,
Got you. That's what's
yeah,
up. Yeah. No, I love me some Dua Lipa. Obviously Levitating is one of my favorite songs. That's a bop. But a
yeah.
one that is a sleeper, maybe not a sleeper, but Prisoner. Her with Miley
So
Cyrus.
good. It's so
Yeah.
good. Yeah. It's like on
Hmm.
all my
I
playlists.
agree. No doubt about it. No doubt. You know
Yeah,
great music, girl. I'm with you on that.
I try.
I love that. Coming back to the sports. Which sport would you rather watch on TV? Would you rather watch baseball or hockey?
Mm, I'm gonna say, or I'm gonna say hockey just because baseball I can't watch on TV. Like I need, if I'm gonna watch baseball, I have to be in the stadium.
Okay, I'm
But I
with
can
you on
watch
that.
hockey. I can watch hockey on TV and in person.
Okay, I like that. And to be honest with you, I don't really watch baseball on TV until the playoffs.
Hmm.
Now the playoffs is different because now you got great teams, so you ain't watching no bad baseball. And every pitch inning is it, but obviously it doesn't compare to being there in person. And being there in
Yeah,
person for the playoffs is tremendous. There's no question about it.
yeah,
Hockey is the same way. Came from Minnesota, so the Wild going to those Wild games was absolutely amazing, and I cannot wait to go see the Sabres play out
yeah.
here. So that would be amazing too.
Hmm.
Um, which sport would you rather play, Isabel? Badminton or bowling?
Um, I think bowling. I've only done bowling a few times, but it's really fun. Not that badminton wouldn't be. I just feel like I would be better at bowling.
Okay, I'm with you on that. Now, do you need the bumpers?
No, I usually don't use the bumpers. Once I was with like small younger kids, so they did use the bumpers, but I prefer not to, just to see what I can do by myself.
No, but yeah, yeah. You know, the adult in me, the pride, the ego in me would not let you pull out a
Yeah,
damn bumper.
right,
Not at
right.
all. You know, no question, no question.
Yeah.
But I'm not the greatest bowler, but yeah, no bumpers. We can't do that. Okay, here we go. Do you like desserts?
Desserts? Yes.
Hmm. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to name four categories of desserts.
Okay.
You have to choose one of these that
Mhm.
you'll never eat again. One of these categories.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
here we go. The first one is grouped together, so it's cake slash pies.
Okay.
The next one is candy.
Okay.
The next one is cookies.
Mm.
The last one is ice cream. Which one are you getting rid of?
Candy.
Girl, you on point like a period. That's what I'm saying. You are doing your damn thing right now, girl. We are rocking out. We are vibing. Because I would have said candy too. Now,
Hmm.
what is your favorite ice cream?
My favorite ice cream? Okay, so I always go for mint chocolate chip, and I know that's a controversial one, but mint chocolate chip was the first ice cream that I was ever introduced to by my mom, and
Okay.
I like it.
Okay.
But I also like any kind of like birthday cake ice cream. I feel like it's just like ice cream cake, and I love ice cream cake, so that one's always a good
Sure.
one too. Um,
Hmm.
but I'm trying to think of any other ones. Like I feel like I also go for some like wacky ones. Like I know Ben and Jerry's has some crazy ones that like no one else does. So if I just see
Hmm.
something, then I'm like, oh, I'll pick that up. But I guess if I had to choose a favorite, it would probably just be mint chocolate chip.
Okay, fun fact, I've never tried mint chocolate chip ice cream. I've never had that
Really?
before. Yeah, I've never had that before. I've
Okay.
seen it, obviously, but I've never tried it.
Okay.
Not even on a sample yet,
Yeah.
which I need to try it at least one time in my life to say I have, but I have
Yeah.
not tried mint chocolate chip before. I'm a cookies and cream type of dude.
Cookies and cream is
So
good.
I love cookies and cream. I do
Yeah.
love Ben and Jerry's milk and cookies. I
Mm,
do love the milk and cookies brand for Ben
yeah.
and Jerry's because that's where I grew up on Ben and Jerry's, being in the West Coast.
Hmm.
Definitely, and Baskin Robbins. So those were my two
Yeah.
go-to ice creams before I moved to Atlanta, where I started getting
Hmm.
Cold Stone ice cream. So yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Okay, okay, we vibing. Do you like potato chips?
I do. Yes.
Okay, so same format. I'm going to name four brands. You have to choose one of these brands that you will eliminate. So here we go. The first one is going to be Doritos. The second one is going to be Pringles. The third one is going to be Lay's. The last one is going to be Ruffles. Which potato chip are you getting rid of?
Oof. I guess Pringles. Or
Okay.
maybe, yeah. Or Doritos. But I would probably,
Okay.
just because I don't really eat Pringles anyways, and I also
Hmm.
don't really eat Doritos. Um,
Okay.
yeah,
So
so
you don't have to name the other two, but what is your favorite potato chip?
so I like to eat Cheetos. But I don't know, is that
Mm.
like I like Cheetos a lot, but I also like Lay's, like not original. Like I don't like those. But I like their lemon flavor
Mm.
and what's the other ranch? They're not ranch. Is it sour cream and onion?
Hell
And
yeah. I'm with
yeah,
you on that.
hmm and I like the salt and vinegar one too. Like that one's like one of my favorites. So anything kind of like not,
Mm.
I guess that one's more like zesty. I like that a lot.
Right.
So that's why I like the lime ones too. Um, but yeah, I
Okay.
usually like go for Cheetos. I also do go for Ruffles sometimes just because it's super cheesy. Um,
Hmm.
and those are really yummy. And they also have like this one that they came out with. I think LeBron James was on the cover of it actually, but it's like a spicy cheese one, and it's really good. Like that one, it's like a flaming hot collab I think that they did, and those are really good too.
Yeah, I'm huge with the hot Cheetos. I'm a little weird when it comes to hot Cheetos. At least I
Hmm.
call myself weird because not only do I like the hot Cheetos, but I put nacho cheese on the hot Cheetos.
Oh, see, I feel like that'd be pretty good.
It really is.
Hmm.
It's damn good. There's no
Oh.
question about that. What you do, you
Mm.
open the bag, you pour the cheese on the chips, you shake the bag a little bit, you close it, shake the bag, and let the cheese go all around it, and you eat it. And you eat it
Ooh.
just like that. So
Okay.
that's what I do with the Cheetos.
I'm
Now,
gonna have to do
my
that.
favorite chip is Ruffles, not sour cream and cheddar, but Ruffles. Oh yeah, sour cream and cheddar Ruffles, but also
Mhm.
barbecue, the barbecue Ruffles.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Hmm.
I don't know if I've
So
tried
that's
that
my
one.
favorite.
I might have.
Now, we have been vibing all conversation long until you said one thing. I got to call you out on one thing. You said that salt and vinegar chips were good. That
Yes.
is asinine. That is definitely not good. No way. That's the second worst chip ever made in in the history of chips. And you're probably saying, well, what's the first worst?
Yeah, what is it?
It's Funyuns.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Mm,
Hmm.
yeah, I don't
Mm-mm.
know. I've never. I've only had them like once, but they to me there's just no flavor.
Yeah, they're trash. That's what they are. If I could knock all the Funyun chips off of the shelf and step on the bag, I certainly would. If I wouldn't go to jail, I would definitely do that in every grocery store I went in. Because I don't know who the hell made Funyuns and thought they was good. They're not good. They're just
Yeah,
awful, terrible. But salt and vinegar, I would eat those over Funyuns. No question. No
yeah,
question
I
about
do
that.
like that. I kind of grew up on them because my dad also really likes like sour stuff. So
Mhm.
that's another thing that I kind of got from him.
Okay. Well, listen, there's a lot of things, Isabel, that's wonderful about you. You're an awesome journalist. You got great food taste, great music taste, very beautiful, but you're just not perfect. That's just what the hell it
Yeah,
is. So it's
not perfect,
unfortunate,
not
but it's
perfect.
okay. Listen, you can deal with that, and certainly,
Right.
I'm not perfect either, so it's okay. It's totally fine, totally fine. But you did very good on this or that. You were very awesome, and you wasn't that indecisive. You sold
Yeah,
yourself short. You were pretty
yeah.
decisive on that.
I thought so too. I was a little proud of myself. I thought I was gonna be a little bit more
Yeah.
scared.
Right, you did very well. And listen, now I got two top four questions for you. But the first question is called bucket list.
Mm.
And the reason why it's called bucket list is because I want you to give me a bucket list top four bucket list of events or stories that you would like to do in your journalism career that you haven't done yet.
Ooh, I think it'd be really cool to. I'm trying to think of what kinds of stories I haven't done yet. I would like to do, and I'm not wishing for any natural disasters to happen here, but I mean, being in Tulsa, Oklahoma, we do get a lot of tornadoes. So one thing
Right.
that I do have
Yep.
on my bucket list is kind of doing like a tornado story. I haven't done one specifically like right after the tornadoes happened. I've done more just like a few days after it's happened, like how's the community kind of recovering, things like that.
Right.
Um,
Right.
but I would like to do kind of like an immediate impact. So that would be on my bucket list. Um, I think another story that I would maybe like to do. I do work a lot with the fire departments here,
Okay.
and um, I think it'd be kind of cool to go on a ride along with them. You know, to kind of to really just be in the truck when everything's going on and the engine. When they're on their way.
Absolutely.
It'd be
Right.
really cool to just kind of get that first hand POV. And you said four, correct?
Four. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so this is so tough. I would like to do also. Mm,
What about a
I
World Cup?
see. Okay, so there are talks of the World Cup being in the U.S.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's
So
coming here in 26 for sure.
yeah, yeah. So it would be really cool. I'm sorry. There's talks of practices being held in Tulsa. Now that was just kind of
Oh,
rumors. I don't know. Um, People were just kind of saying that. I don't know if that's true, so I don't want to put that out there. But
sure.
if there were practices here, then I would love to cover that. We do have a sports department, so I don't know if I'd be able to, but it would be really cool too. Um, but so that would be on my bucket list too. Uh,
Hmm.
and just because again, we always have to have like a local angle to it, just because we're more local news. Um, but that would be on the bucket list for sure.
Hmm.
Um, and I'm trying to think of like I've done a lot of unfortunately sad stories, like with people losing family members and things like that. Um,
Sure.
but any kind of I guess memorial. I mean, I have done a few of those, not memorials specifically, but like the other day I just did a procession. Um, we uh, we lost a volunteer firefighter slash Oklahoma Turnpike Authority worker, and they had a,
Right.
a huge procession for him, and so that was a story that I covered. So not technically a memorial, but I think it'd be really nice to kind of be able to do like in remembrance story for someone when the community
Sure.
just kind of gathers and rallies around. Because again, those are while they are sad, uh, it's really nice to see the community getting together. You know, just for the support of one person or a few people. And those are always important stories just to show how resilient a community is. And, again, just the amount of care that goes into the loss of a loved one or loved ones.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
No, that's amazing. I love that for her. One of the main reasons why I asked that question is because I want people to speak their goals into existence. If you always have something that you're chasing, it would always keep you inspired and motivated.
Yeah.
And there's goals that I have as well. I got a chance to cross one of them off this past year, covering the Super Bowl. But all my goals are sports related in journalism, which is going to be doing a college football playoff or March Madness, which I would love to cross that off the bucket list. Which, if I'm not mistaken, March Madness next year is coming to Buffalo, so I really am trying to get into that for sure. I love doing NBA Finals. I would love to do the Olympics, which is coming into my hometown state pretty much in Los Angeles in 28. And I also would like to do a World Cup because it's different from the sports that I've played. It's different from the sports that I've really followed hardcore. And I just think there'd be so many different stories covering so many different countries. That's possible that I could talk to different people and just learn something. So those are things that I aspire to, and I love asking that bucket list question. That's the second top four question is about Tulsa. I want to know the next time that I touch down in Tulsa, Oklahoma, what is four things that I should do?
Okay, so first thing you should do is go to the gathering place. It's this huge park that we have here. You got like walking trails, you can bike, you could uh, run, walk. A lot of people do like scootering, but it's more, again, just for being on foot. Um, but then there's another area that you should go to called Riverside, and that's you can run, walk, bike, scooter on there. That's more like I guess wheel friendly. Um, but again, there's just really good trails that you can take advantage of. Make sure that you're getting
Okay.
active. And it's just beautiful, right? I mean, Tulsa has beautiful scenery. Um, and so, yeah, the gathering place is something huge that everyone uh, wants to do when they come. Um, I'm trying to think of other attractions. Oh, Route 66. That's a huge thing here. There's a lot of, shops you can go to, historical sites that you can go to. And yeah, it runs like all along the state. And
Okay.
so in Tulsa, we have definitely some landmarks like honoring Route 66, and it is a centennial this year, so they are celebrating 100 years
Mm,
of Route
wow.
66. Yeah, so that's going to
Okay.
be a big thing. Um, trying to think. I know I'm definitely forgetting some stuff, but I guess that's four things or three things. Um, one more thing. So there is something here called Mother Road Market, and it is a food hall. And basically, it's been voted the best food hall for several years in a row now. I forgot how many. But basically, it has different, booths of food, like restaurants.
Mhm.
They have their own
Yeah.
booths in one area, and you can just kind of go from one place to the next to the next to the next, just kind of eating, um, depending on how
Oh,
much
I
you want to
like that.
spend. Yeah. So it is really fun, and it's also on Route 66. But that is, I think, something separate, just in terms of food. Um, and yeah, again, it's been voted best in the nation for several years in a row. So
Wow.
definitely recommend visiting.
Okay. No, no, you got me convinced because when you said Route 66, I'm like, is she talking about the clothing brand? I was like, at first I was like, what? I was like, Route 66. I was like, oh, okay, you talk about that Route 66 because you know what I'm talking about, right? The clothing brand Route 66.
I think
Have
I've
you ever
heard of
seen
it.
that?
I
Yeah,
believe.
yeah,
Yeah.
like because when I walked in the stores, you be seeing shirts that have Route 66 on it. I always wondered, like, where is this Route 66 at?
Hmm.
But now I know. Now it's in
Yeah.
Tulsa, so that's what it
Several
is.
states.
I
Yeah.
love
So Oklahoma goes through
it.
Oklahoma. I think Kansas. I think they say it goes all the way up to like Chicago, but I might be wrong.
Wow.
But yeah,
Okay. Okay, I got you. I got you. Okay. Um, I love asking this next question, and especially to news, people that do genre of news journalists. How would you say that you deal with hard news stories? Do you take it home with you? Is it easy for you to kind of shed away from it, maybe from when you first started to now? or is it just something that you say I leave it at work and I don't let it bother me and I just go about my business?
I think just because of how fast-paced the environment is, you just kind of have to keep moving on. And I really hate to say that, but it's true. Like, I feel like my mind, my brain, um, you know, you cover it, and a lot of times it's breaking news. I also will say I haven't exactly been exposed to like the goriest parts of breaking news. I have been called to a lot of shootings. I've been called to a lot of car accidents, car crashes, um, road rage
Hmm.
incidents, things like that. Um,
Right.
uh, and so again, just a lot of violent stuff. But I'm very lucky that I have not really seen, again, the gory parts of everything that happens. Murder
Right.
suicides are a lot of also I've been to. Um, and again, it's tough. It is important to make sure that you process your feelings. But
Right.
sometimes that is very tough because once you're done with that breaking news, you're probably going to get called onto another breaking news story that day. So it is, it can be very, very tough. Just to just make sure that you sit with your feelings and process them. So sometimes I think for me, what I do is I just kind of acknowledge that it's happened. Hope that everyone is as okay as they can be, right? Um, and make sure
Right.
that you keep an eye out for the update. Um, but yeah, so for me, I think it is a little tough to really fully process everything. Um, but I think it's just again important to acknowledge like what you're feeling and what's happened. Um, but again, don't let it take away from your productivity. Because again, it is very
Sure.
important that you make sure that you're present for the other stories that you're going to have to cover for the day if you have any, right? Um,
Right.
so yeah, and again, just make sure that you're always doing your best because those stories can be very tough to cover.
I got you. I appreciate you answering that. Appreciate your transparency on that. We talked about advice you would give, Isabel, but what is some advice that someone gave you that you hold on dearly to?
Um, it's a great question. I think honestly, um, people have given me the same advice that I've given people, which is again, just make sure that you're doing this because you want to. Um, but I think uh, another piece of advice that I received actually kind of has to do with your last question, which is, make sure that you are taking care of yourself mentally and physically,
Hmm.
because again, it's things like these that can really wear you down if you let them.
Right.
And so again,
Right.
I think for me, it's just important to remember that. Another piece of advice that I just remembered is to not to learn, to just keep learning because even if you mess up one day, it's going to be a new
Hmm.
day the day after. So you can't beat
Right.
yourself up about the things that go wrong, the things that, that you've maybe messed up on, because as long as you learn from it, that's, that's what happens and that's what's supposed to happen. Um,
Sure.
and, none of us are perfect, but it's important to just, again, learn from everything so that you can just be better in the future. Because in news, again, everything is so fast paced that if you mess up on a Thursday, Wednesday's a new day, or Friday's a new day. So it's really just
Sure.
important to make sure that you're keeping it keeping it pushing because again, it's just really important to remember that everyone makes mistakes and it's a tough industry and just don't let it happen again.
Sure. Learn from it. I mean, I wish we could go backwards from Thursday to Wednesday. That would be amazing. That would be amazing to do that. But we do have to keep moving forward and keep moving on. And you're absolutely right. That's great advice to give. No question about that, Isabel. I want to get you out of here on some rapid fire questions. And that's basically the first thing that comes to your mind. I want you to shout it out with glee. Okay, so here we
Okay,
go. Pancakes or waffles?
pancakes,
Juice or soda?
juice,
Chicken or ribs?
ooh, ribs,
Pizza Hut or Domino's?
Pizza Hut,
Favorite Netflix TV series or just TV show in general?
ooh, that's a tough one. But right now I'm finishing Squid Game. So that's what I'll say right now, Squid Game.
I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but Lord have mercy, what a damn series that was. I watched season
Hmm.
1 and season 2. Are you on season 3 now?
No, I'm on season two. I'm finishing up season two. I'm a little bit behind because I don't really watch TV as much as I'd like to, but I'm
Oh
I'm
my
I'm
gosh.
catching up.
Okay. Well, what I'm sure you have seen some quite the episodes. My favorite from season 2 was when they all five had to be linked together. Did you see that episode when they was doing the 1 2 1 2 1 2
Yes, yeah, when they were yeah in the relay.
in a
Yeah,
circle? Yes,
yeah,
yes. That was crazy.
yeah,
Wow. Well,
yeah.
that Squid Game is one of my favorite, no question.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
We'll talk about it later, and I'll
Yeah.
get your perspective on that for sure. Um, Favorite alcoholic drink?
Um, that's a really good question, actually. I guess I always, if I don't know what to order, I guess I'll order like a margarita or a spicy margarita, or like a sweet drink, whatever they have that, they can recommend to me. Um, I do like sweet
Mhm.
drinks.
Okay, I'm with you on that. I'm a Hennessy type dude, so I love my Hennessy or Dulce, either one doesn't matter. So I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, favorite card game?
Mm, I learned how to play blackjack a little bit, like about a year ago, but I don't know, I kind of forgot it. Um, but there, I guess like also, I don't know if this really counts as a card game, but like pairs, like matching pairs. I don't know. Like I don't really play as many card games as I probably could, but I know blackjack is definitely up on the list just because it's like quicker game. You kind of get it done.
Yep.
You know,
Hmm.
it's just fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It is fun. Yep, definitely my favorite kind of gambling type game over
Hmm.
poker any day.
Yeah.
Favorite board game?
I like Clue a lot. I would play that a lot with my family. Clue is fun. Um, yeah, I think. Oh, Candyland 2 was really fun growing up. I would
Yep,
still play
yep, yep.
Candyland with people.
Absolutely, no doubt about it. I used to do that back in Minnesota. I used to have game nights. So
Yeah.
I had game nights, had people come over sometimes. They would play Jenga, they would play Phase 10, some play
Wow.
Uno, some would actually play the Sony games, the
Hmm.
PlayStations and stuff like that. So I just had different things going on.
Yeah.
I had a game night every single month that I was there for sure. It was a
Oh,
good
that's
time,
awesome.
good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially if you get the right group together, you can play Cards
Hmm.
Against Humanity. That could be very,
Oh,
very
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
No question about that. It could be fun. No question. If you had a choice to choose between three people at a vacation spot, who would those three people be and where would you go? Now, before you decide, Isabel, you could
Mm.
choose family, friends, or celebrities.
Oh, okay. Um, then Dua Lipa. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
Dua Lipa, Dua Lipa. Um,
Okay.
I would choose my sister,
Okay. One more.
and then mm, I would say my friend slash neighbor. Um, we would all go to Puerto Rico.
That would be a hell of a time. Oh
Yeah,
my goodness.
yeah.
Y'all four in
A
Puerto
little
Rico?
girls trip.
Ooh, yeah, man, they better watch out for y'all. That's for sure. That would be a crazy type trip.
Oh yeah, it'd
That's
be
for
fun.
sure.
It'd be
It
fun.
would be fun. It would be. I could just imagine what kind of
Yeah.
trouble y'all would cause. There's no question about that.
I guess we'll have to see. We'll have to find out.
Yeah, you should. You
I gotta
should.
at Dua Lipa.
Absolutely. Right, right. So now I want to ask you this. If you had a choice to choose between three artists or three songs to listen to on repeat and never get tired of, who would those three artists or three songs be?
Okay, so probably Maluma,
Hmm.
Bad Bunny,
Okay.
and Young Miko.
Mm,
Yeah,
Young
Young Miko
Miko.
is a Puerto Rican rapper.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay. I've never heard of him before. I'm gonna have to like YouTube him or something. I'm
it's
gonna have to hit
actually
him up. See what's
yeah, it's
good.
actually a woman. So, but you let me know what you
Oh,
think. Let me know what you
yeah,
think.
yeah. No doubt, I definitely will.
Yeah.
Man, my apologies for that, young Miko. But I'll definitely, definitely will listen to you now for sure.
Hmm.
I wanna ask this. Uh, favorite sandwich?
Hmm. So, are you counting like a burger as a sandwich?
Sure.
Hmm. Okay, well, I like anything like spicy. So I
Mm.
there's been some burgers that I've had recently that are like, ooh, they've got jalapenos in them, pepper jack
Mm-hmm.
cheese,
Mm-hmm.
patty or two, bacon, um, and that's always been really yummy. So I don't know what I mean. I feel like almost every place has like a spicy burger. So
Sure.
anything like that, that's always like my go-to. Um, Yeah, because like with sandwiches, I don't eat sandwiches too much just because like I don't really like ordering stuff that I could make on my own. So like I could make
Sure.
a BLT at home, you know what I mean? Um,
Right.
but yeah, like usually I go for like burgers and stuff because I don't really make that at home. So if I'm gonna go out, I like to treat myself to something that I'm not gonna make. Um,
Sure.
so yeah, I would
I'm with
probably
you on
say
that.
something like that, like a spicy burger, like a jalapeno burger.
I'm kind of a wuss when it comes to spices, although I do like hot sauce at times, but spice ain't nice with this body. So, yeah, you can definitely have all of that sugar honey iced tea, and you know the acronym for that. So we just gonna keep it moving. That's for sure. That's for sure. No
Yeah.
question about that. But I love your answer though. I do. I love that. Last one of the rapid fires. Favorite color?
See, that's a good question because I have several. Um, but I also will say I also have favorite colors that I like to wear and favorite colors that I know don't look good on me, but I like them.
Mm-hmm.
So like lilac, a light blue, like a gray blue. People
Wow.
tell me that they do look good on me, but I don't know, for
Okay.
some reason sometimes I don't see it. So I like those colors a lot, but I won't really wear them. But I do like them. Um,
Hmm.
but for colors that I like to wear and that I do like, it's like a brown, like this brown I do like a lot. Um, I
Mm-hmm.
uh like an olive green I think looks pretty good on me.
Mm-hmm.
Burgundy looks pretty good on
Yep.
me too.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah, like those colors I do like as colors, but also I like to wear them. Um, but yes, like
Okay.
I would say like periwinkles and like lilacs and lighter colors like that, like pastel colors. I do
Sure.
like, but I just can't wear them.
Okay. Now I would definitely say that brown is looking very good. Very good on you,
Thank
no
you.
question. But that's because of the skin and the darkness of the brown, it really brings out your skin because you're lighter skin like that. So I love that.
Mhm.
And I just love the color brown as well. I think
Yeah.
brown goes with a lot of people that
Mhm.
could wear it. I think if I wore that kind of brown, I would kind of blend in too much with it. But I like a lot like a lighter brown. A
Yeah.
lighter brown, I think I kind of pull off, maybe
Right.
for sure, no
Mhm.
question. But yeah, no, that's great. That's pretty awesome. And Isabel, you've been absolutely awesome this entire conversation. I mean, knowing about your why of growing up in Florida, getting into journalism, going to Florida State University, graduating there, also getting a master's at Syracuse University, doing digital content producing in Buffalo. Now you're multimedia journalist doing dayside and nightside, both sides there in Tulsa, Oklahoma, having great stories, and just the professionalism that you show, the grace that you show, the passion that you show is very evident in your reel, is very evident in everything that you do, and being a great representation of a journalist, but also of your heritage of that as well. And I really do appreciate you allocating your time to me to be on my podcast. And I'm a new fan of yours. I'm going to be continuing to follow you. And my
Oh.
final question to you is there anything else you would like to add about yourself, the job, or anything at all before we conclude?
No, I mean really just that again, I really just want to be here for people and again just want to keep doing the best so that we can really make sure that everyone has feels like they have a voice and that they're represented in our community. Because again, that's really the biggest motivator and like you said, my biggest why. And I really just want to thank you too for allowing me to be on here because like you said, it is kind of funny to be interviewed rather than doing the interviews. So it's really
Sure.
nice being on this side of everything, and again, just being able to share my story. And I hope that this also gives people more confidence in me, that they can trust me to tell good stories, and they can trust me with good storytelling. Uh, so yeah, I'm really honored that I'm to be here today speaking with you, and yeah, just I think it's awesome that you're doing this. So thank you.
No doubt about it. I want you to enjoy your next 2 off days, including today and tomorrow. You and I will most certainly be in touch, and I look forward to watching more of your wonderful work as you continue to do your thing as a journalist. But thank you so much and enjoy the rest of your night.
Thank you. You too.
Bye.
Bye.